Trump's fitness and energy, as he is just canceling everything. Widespread speculation as to why this is happening. And there's a couple of different options, but let me first tell you what's going on. A number of appearances over the last 10 days have been canceled by Donald Trump, as there are fears that he simply doesn't have the energy or the wherewithal to really take serious, difficult questions where he will be pressed. CNN reporting that Trump was scheduled to do an interview on economic policy with NBC News today. That has been, quote, postponed. The postponement is indefinite. So you tell me whether postponed or canceled is the right term. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution is now reporting that Trump was going to be doing an NRA rally with Trump in Savannah, Georgia tomorrow. That has now been canceled. Trump does have other things on the calendar tomorrow, Tuesday. And Donald Trump also, for tomorrow, canceling an interview with CNBC's Squawk Box. Say what you want about CNBC. That is an interview where he would have gotten real questions and real pushback, including from Andrew Ross Sorkin, probably not from Joe Kernan, but maybe. But I can assure you that Trump's claims about the economy, where he doesn't even understand how tariffs work, would not have stood up to any scrutiny from Andrew Ross Sorkin. That's been canceled. Trump recently canceling 60.
Okay, I just got to stop it here. I really just got to stop it here. David. OMG. OMFing-G. For God's sakes, David, you are so intellectually dishonest. It's just unbelievable the amount of fertilizer and verbal diarrhea that emanates from your mouth. You speaketh with forked tongueth. You want us to, you're really going to go on this. This is what you're going to go on in the final 7 to 10 days of the election. It's not Trump's a Hitler and a fascist anymore. No, that's not working. It's not that Trump is Orange Man bad. You can't even throw out the political deck the eye card insurrection anymore because it doesn't freaking work. But you know what we're going to do? Let's tie the old man of 78 years old down to the fact that he's got low energy. Of all the things that you could say about Donald Trump, the last thing, David, the last effing thing that you could say about him is his goddamn energy. He's got so much of it. He's got more in probably, let's just say, in his pubic hair. In one of his pubic, the DNA, he's got more energy there than you would have in your entire body for a lifetime. You want to check out his energy level? Check this out. Does this show? There he is. Huh? Is this low energy? 23, 24, 25, now whatever you want, 20,000 plus, with about 75 to 100,000 people outside in the cold, watching on the Jumbotron. This, David, this is low energy? Are you effing kidding me? You have got to be more intellectually honest with your audience, because you absolutely are not. You are certainly not proving it to me. You actually are coming on and saying that this man has got low energy. What the hell are you talking about? You're absolutely lying, deceiving, being a fraudster by perpetrating this type of fake news. Fake news was only supposed to be for what? MSLSD, MSDNC. NBC, never been conservative. Anything but conservative ABC. The Kamala Broadcasting System. The alphabet networks. It wasn't meant to be people on YouTube like yourself. You call yourself a progressive or a liberal or a leftist or a Democrat, whatever the hell you call yourself, I'm really not sure. All I know is that about 99.99% of everything that you talk about, of everything that you stand for, of all your policies that you're behind, are completely foreign to me. We are on totally different sides of the world. Completely. And especially when you spout bullshit like this, that the man has low energy. He's anything but. Okay, enough of this. Let's go now and see what his schedule is going to be like. Did you know what he did in 2016? Now you say, oh, that was 8 years ago. He was a lot younger. He's still running rings around people half his age energy of what he's doing. And until he gets to a point that he's like, senile, dementiated Joe Biden, who you propped up from the very freaking beginning. I didn't hear you talking about Joe Biden's old age in the beginning. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it was a one time you were telling the truth. I'm not really sure. But I can't find anything. But then again, I didn't do that big of a search. So maybe that's on me. But anyways, let's get to the schedule of this person that you think is just so low energy. Okay, David Pakman. So here we are. Well, Sunday, we all know what he did. Madison Square Garden. Okay. I mean, he goes every single place he's going, like 90 minutes to 2.5 hours. He does his thing. He talks about what he wants to do. Tells some stories. Maybe a dick joke inside. Oh, and speaking of which, the Puerto Ricans, those poor PRers. Oh, the Puerto Ricans. Oh, they're fleeing Donald Trump because, we had a comedian who's supposed to be talking of, who's a comic, a comedian who makes fun of other people. Oh, so we're going to hang this around his neck now, right? And it's just going to make people scatter away like crazy, right? Is that what you're thinking too? So that's the next thing. Oh, and then he was talking about being on a beach, suntanning his beautiful white skin. Oh, well, what about my skin, David? I mean, I'm a light-skinned, white-skinned, brown-skinned. But I'm white-skinned over here, David. A little white. Maybe a little brown. Some white in between here. Got some white over here. What the hell am I, David? Anyways, Monday, he's got a rally in Atlanta. We won't talk about Vance and all the surrogates and whatever. Let's just concentrate on the DJT. Tuesday, he's going to Allentown, Philadelphia. He's going to be in Green Bay, Wisconsin on Wednesday. Thursday, Henderson, Nevada. Milwaukee. Friday. Saturday, Salem, Virginia. I wonder why he's going to Salem. And you know where else he's going to be going to, David, we hear? He's probably going to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I wonder what's in play in New Mexico. I wonder what down ballot races for the Republicans are in New Mexico. Geez, I really wonder. You know what I've said? Take a look at my videos, David. It's 345 Trump. He's flipping New Hampshire. He's flipping Minnesota. He's flipping NE2. He's flipping Virginia. He's flipping New Mexico. I've been saying this for 2 to 3 months. It's on my channel. I've been saying this before. I was one of the very few people in 2016 that predicted that he was going to win the Electoral College and go on to win the presidency. I had him at 325, I believe. He ended up with 306. I didn't really care. Okay, so what? And do I care if he doesn't get 345? No, but he's definitely going to make 270, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. But, you're out there talking about this low energy. Let's hear some more from David, because I just want to hear how much more low energy, Donald Trump has. He's just so low energy, according to David, that we have these speculations that you just throw out there. That's all you do is effing speculate. You're a speculator. You're never right about your speculations, but you make them anyways. Let's hear some more of your speculations, David.
Minutes under certainly a black cloud of suspicion that it went so poorly last time he did it, that's the last place he wants to go anywhere near. And also, of course, as you know, refusing to agree to a second debate with Vice President Kamala Harris after he delivered one of the worst debate performances in American history.
Again, that's absolute bullshit. You have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Did you take a look at the independent panels after that was done? The ones that were done by Frank Luntz, who's no friend of the Republicans, the ones that were done on Fox, the ones that were done on CNN, the ones that were done on CBS, the ones where Steve Kornacki was talking about. Did you see the dials? He won independence after that debate. And all you people thought was, oh, you know what, Kamala was going to get. She didn't get anything out of that. These were fake polls that were pushing her up, propping her up. You know that. You know that in your heart of hearts, but you don't have the guts to tell that to your audience. Otherwise, you can't give them hopium, so they can't copium.
During that debate with Kamala Harris some weeks ago. So what's going on? The speculation is sort of obvious. Number one is it's led by Trump. Trump is saying, I'm too damn tired. I'm exhausted. That's one possibility. And Trump did appear to fall asleep at a campaign event over the weekend. There is no doubt that, you're 78, you sleep supposedly 4 hours a night. You're all over the place doing staged photo ops at McDonald's and this and that and traveling on an airplane where the atmosphere on a plane is like being up at, I think, on a 757, like 7,000 feet. It's all exhausting, admittedly. And it would be exhausting for me, and Trump's 78 and he's clearly exhausted and he's the one saying, I can't do it, guys. Second possibility, I guess we would say, is that he is really worrying his campaign that he is not going to be able to get through these interviews without making a complete and total fool of himself, humiliating himself and hurt.
Like when he was at Chicago or Detroit, wherever it was, where he did the economics thing, where the candidate that you're backing, Harris, horizontal Harris, I might add, because, the way that she got to the top was laying horizontal, not vertical. Right? Or am I wrong about that? So she didn't appear to the economic forum. She can't answer a question whether or not to use toilet paper, and how do you put it on the rack? Do you put it so that it's coming out from the front? Or is it to the back? If you ask her, she's going to not give you an answer on how to put toilet paper on a toilet paper rack. That's how bad she is at answering questions, David. She can't answer the basics. You ask her, hey, are you for the wall? Because there's $800 million worth of funding there in the wall. So you want to pass this, you want to, pass this bill that you said that Trump told everybody to stop. Don't touch that bill because you want to keep it what? He wants to keep it as a opening for him. He doesn't want to fix the problem. He wants to make it a political football. Well, Madam Vice President, what do you think? There's a wall in there and there's money for it. Or are you for the wall? That's all, folks. That's what you're talking about? A coward? She's an absolute idiot. We have a retard running for the vice presidency of the United States. And then we've got AWOL, who's running as vice president, who is a serial compunctioned liar. A serial liar. Lying on his resume, lying about his rank, lying about where he was during Tiananmen Square, lying about going into battle, lying about knowing how to utilize a gun. He can't even load a goddamn shotgun, David. He made an absolute fool of himself. And then he tries to tell us he's a man because he knows how to fix his GPS in some stupid truck that he's trying to fix up. Because we're going after the metrosexual men. And then you've got Doug Emhoff, who's a serial woman slapper, allegedly, but we all know he did it because it's been litigated. The girl's coming forward. And now Doug Emhoff, oh, guess what? He had an affair with a Chinese spy. But these are the family values, right? That the Democrats talk about. Smacking women, sleeping around on your wives, having people sign NDAs because you're causing miscarriages to people that you're impregnating, especially nannies of yours that are watching your children. Ew, gross. That's okay with you though, David, right? That's perfectly fine. So let's just not talk about all that crap. Let's talk about President Trump. Low energy. Yeah, that's the ticket. You wouldn't have the freaking guts. You wouldn't have the freaking guts to invite me on your show, to debate me on these topics. Because you know why? I'll tell you another thing. Second generation American Muslim you're looking at right here, buddy. I ran in the 2020 2nd Congressional District in North Carolina. I was the first American Muslim to run on the Republican side. Came in 4th out of 4. Didn't have many name recognition. I think I got 9,000 votes, 9% of the vote. That was pretty good. But guess what? Where do you think the Arab American vote is going to go there, David? Where do you think? Where do you think the Muslim vote's going to go? Where do you think the Christian Arab vote's going to go? Where do you think the Jewish Arab American vote's going to go? You want me to run you some numbers? You'd never bring me on your show to run those numbers because you know I'd scare the shit out of your audience if I gave you those numbers. You're talking 80 to 90% in North Carolina. We know well over 400 families. That's husband, wives, and if you include some of their children that are able to vote, you're looking at about 90%. 90% are either going to go Jill Stein or Trump. 10% are either going to Cornel West or they're going to stay home. That's the vote in the Arab American sector, in the Muslim American sector, David. The energy that was out there when you've got the mayors of the 2 largest towns that have Muslims in them in Michigan come out and endorse the president. Did you see the energy level that was there when he's in Detroit? David, keep pushing it. Keep pushing this. Keep pushing that he's tired. Keep pushing that he's tired. We want you to, because everything that you guys have done has elevated this man to where he's at right now. So keep doing the same thing. We want you to, bruh. We want you to.
Hurting his own cause. So that's also a possibility. It could also be both. But needless to say, the cancellations are coming fast and furious now.
Fast and furious.
And if you look at Trump's schedule over the next week, I'm not doing the he's in the basement thing. He's not in the basement. He's doing events. but they're carefully curated events. The McDonald's where he served fries at over the weekend was actually, we found out that the McDonald's was reportedly closed. The gist was, oh, Trump's working. Wow, someone comes through the drive-through. I'm so surprised to see you here. The report is that the entire restaurant was closed.
No shit, Sherlock. No shit, David. God almighty. You know what? Are you really this? I mean, really? This is what's called punditry? This sophomoric? I don't even know what to call it. You found out that they had to close the McDonald's because the president of the United States was going to be what? Putting on a performance. You want to call it staged? Of course, some of it had to be staged. They just can't let anybody drive up in a car, you idiot. What are you, a moron? God. Of course they had to close the damn restaurant down. But the interactions that he had with the people that were there were absolutely 1,000% authentic. But are you going to talk about that, David Pakman? No, you're not going to do that. Of course not. That would be too obvious. That would be intellectually honest, of which you are not intellectually honest. You're intellectually dishonest. Oh my God.
Closed and the whole thing was staged. So it's all got to be cushy. It's all got to be easy for Trump at this stage of the game. And if you need a reminder as to how poorly it goes when anything goes differently than what is planned, we need only look at Trump's event over the weekend in Detroit, Michigan. I wrote a book. This was so much work and a long time coming. But I am thrilled about how it turned out, and I hope you will read it. The book is called The Echo Machine.
Not sure what happened there, but you were supposed to put a clip in there about something happening in Detroit, and then you put your plug in for your book? Okay, whatever. Anyways, I really thought I was going to keep this thing short, but you forced my hand a little bit there, DP. And, you know, I had to vent. I had to do my rant. That was my rant, DP. That was my rant. And I said before, the offer is right there. The offer is standing. I don't think I'm going to get an answer. Because, you can't debate me. You can't. There's no way on earth that you would be able to debate me. It would be absolutely laughable because I just have all the answers. Because it's like what I do with my clothes. When you're right, you're right. When you're left, you're wrong. So right there, I won. I don't think you're going to take me up on the challenge to invite me onto your show. It would be fun, David. It would be epic, wouldn't it? Oh, it would be epic. Yes. We could talk about why Muslims, American Muslims, are backing Donald Trump, why American Muslims love the Conservative Party, why they love the Republicans. Why do I? I'd tell you. Anyways, we appreciate everybody taking the time to watch. If you like more of this content, you'd like me to do more of these? I'm going to do a lot of these because now I just found something that I can really sink my teeth into there, DP. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. You've been watching the Dr. Nasser Shake Show. I've been your host. My name is Dr. Nasser. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow. Y'all know what to do. Take a look at these 4 video links that you see somewhere on this page. And I'll leave you with my final thought. You too, DP. When you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. That's just a little bit of Kamala Harris's, a little different accent that I give there every once in a while. Until next time, folks, y'all take care of you here. Stay safe.